Hello, welcome to today's video. Today I want to share some information about etiquette in conversations. We may think that just speaking in a group of friends is really simple to do, but actually, here we have some tips to make sure that your conversations are a little bit better. So, let's start. Let's imagine that we are in a conversation with friends. My recommendations are first, always have a topic of discussion, right? Make sure that you bring new ideas, new questions to ask to your group of friends, and always have something in mind to keep the conversation going. But also, there are certain topics that you shouldn't be really speaking about unless you're really, really comfortable, but they usually bring a little bit of problems. Those topics are religion, politics, sometimes even sports. Also, talking about money or talking only about problems. I think that if you are with a group of friends, you can talk about problems if you're trying to find a solution to it or just sharing a little bit of a problem, but just to share for a moment, right? But not speaking only about the problems that we can find because then it's not going to be a really pleasant conversation. Number two, that is keeping the cell phones away. If you're always in your phone, checking it at all times, only watching it, checking if somebody sent a message to you, then you're not really engaged in your conversation. You're going to lose the attention, and people are going to say that you are pretty bit rude. So, avoid the cell phones. If you can put them into a silent mode or in a vibrate mode, that could be awesome, right? And make sure that you are making eye contact with the person that you're speaking with. That is going to really show that you're paying attention to them and not getting distracted by other things. Next thing also is really listen to the person, right? You can make even follow-up questions to the things they're telling you. That's going to make sure that you are paying attention to them, that they feel listened, and that the conversation is actually pleasant. Next thing is don't interrupt. Sometimes we might think about new things that are coming up into our heads, right? New stories that we want to share, but it's the turn of the other person to speak. So try not to interrupt the other person and respect everybody's ideas, everybody's opinions, as they're all really valid. Even if you are in a group of friends as well, say as little as possible. Okay, you want to try that the conversation is fluent and you don't want to be speaking about yourself all day. So that is going to make everything a little bit better. Next thing, if you are in a work environment, maybe in a more formal way, things to have into consideration is to watch also our tone of voice. If we're always speaking too loud, we might have the idea that the other person is angry or upset or stressed the whole time. That's not the image that we want to have in our people. Also, we need to use the appropriate language. We might have a language that we use with our friends, but it's not the same the one we use in our work environment. So we need to be careful about that. Um, Also, make sure that you always, at all times, say please and thank you. That is going to make sure that every conversation that you have is actually really pleasant. Things to have into consideration if you need to talk over the phone with a person in a work environment. First of all, always call only during working hours, okay? From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., that's acceptable. Even to 8 p.m., it could be okay, but after that, it's actually extremely rude as you're interrupting the lives of the other person outside of their work. Also, if you are in meetings, you shouldn't be having your cell phone on the table. You should have your cell phone away and always in a silent mode. Okay, to make sure that you're really focused on your meeting or your presentation. Another thing to have into consideration now that we're using WhatsApp a lot more for our work environment is to make sure to always reply to the messages. It is very common that maybe we forgot to say thank you after we got a response, but we should always reply to the text messages that we have, even just with a thank you or with an understood, right? Or noted. It doesn't matter, but it's going to make sure that you look always polite. So that's it for today. I hope that this was helpful for you. And as always, remember to say please and thank you in every conversation in your day to day. Bye for now.